Chapter 3, Nyarlathotep's Catastrophe.
Permiso, non mi deseato mai bine față de asta.
Fear of the unknown is the single strongest fear of mankind. Terrors from beyond the borders of knowledge. And yet, the truest horror has been in mankind's cradle since the beginning. And when you meet her, you realize that tucking away the rest of the horrors to the unseen corners of the stars is a blessing. A shade of 1,000 manifestations, each more horrific than the last. She serves only one, whose chaotic and phantasmagorical wishes she obeys with extreme prejudice. But enough about me. Let's talk about you. Well, well, well. You're the one that Luneta calls darling and that Esther calls dearest, aren't you?
Dog?
This dread. It's like when I first met Luneta, but this time it's sustained, like a state of constant being breathless. The very air has become unfamiliar and alien to me, saturated with infinite malevolence. Malevolence. It is impossible to breathe. The veil has been burst, and the outer cosmos have revealed its limited singularity in the form of this avatar of insidious implication. Its very presence assails my mind, turning against myself and all its deceit.
Turning
That
it
it-
against itself.
Okay. Where at the temple precipice, I learned. The terror not only howls, it speaks.
Speak up. I'm an older god, so I'm a little hard of hearing. Are you or are you not the human that has been dating my nieces?
Normally, I have an ounce of defiance in me, and I demand that she introduce herself first.
That she introduces.
But now I feel it in my very bones. I'm being talked down to be something
To buy something. I mean,
buy
tell them
something
to buy
for-
something.
far beyond me.
Well, I am.
Good. Would you like a cup of hot tea? A cold glass of water?
You're offering me something to drink?
You've been through a lot. I just wanted to ensure you're at ease for now.
No, I just meant it's odd for you to be a guest in my room and offer me something.
Are you certain this is your room?
The very floor beneath my feet feels Mercurian and unreliable, shifting nightmarishly in non-Euclidean vertigo.
Who are you?
Who am I? I am the obscure, the unutterable. I am the clawing chaos.
Lying.
When mankind pushes out into the unknown, I am the unknown that pushes back. But just like my troublesome nieces, you can just call me Auntie Nyan Nyan.
I irk.
Unlike with Renetta or Esther, I can overcome the unnerving presence overwhelming my senses. I feel violently sick.
Never been visited by someone so high up in rank as me, have you? Silly question. There's only one that outranks me, and if you had met her, neither of us would still exist.
Ominous vista of terror opened from every corner of my mind. I want to run,
Shrieking,
shrieking,
shrieking and wailing.
and alas, I've nowhere to go.
My, you're still holding on, eh? I expected you to last long enough to chat, but it seems you're nearing your limit. Let me offer you some words of assurance. I'm the last outer god you'll ever have to see.
What do you mean?
I mean that things are about to return to abnormal. Eldritch horrors will return to being obscure boogeymen that stalk unbeknownst to their prey. The veil shall be lowered again until the gate opens and mankind is eradicated. In other words, you'll never see me or my family ever again.
But why? Why do you want to split us up?
Did you know that even amongst gods there are things that are strictly taboo? You see, whenever mankind starts exploring too far, too quickly, you accelerate the end of all things. So we appear to slow things back down. We scare you back to the safety of the familiar. We whisper evils and destructive mantras to the most dangerous of your kind to ensure progress slows. Because the longer you stay afraid, the longer you live. To put it simply, once mankind isn't afraid of us anymore, everything will come to an end. Humans are doomed to explore, and once mankind makes the last discovery, once mankind reaches the edge of the map, you'll fall off. So if there's one thing that is certain amidst this infinite cosmos, it's that for all of time, our relationship is shepherd and livestock, as we set the pace to the slaughterhouse. In that context, outer gods and humans being romantically involved is beyond taboo. It's upsetting the natural order and is a conflict of interest, to say the least. Now, all of this I can forgive because my troublesome nieces led you astray. I know you didn't mean to participate in such a grave taboo.
I guess I didn't know.
Good. Then we can work together to ensure it'll never happen again. You're familiar with these books, yes? I had one made for just this occasion. Do what needs to be done. Perform the Banish Moo ritual.
Să-ți faci o
What? What will it do?
Mu is the bookmaker, so it will prevent eldritch gods and humans from dating ever again. No more books can be made, and the entity responsible for bridging the gap between our realms will be destroyed. Our relationship will return to strictly business, in a manner of speaking. Do not force me to remind you the grave seriousness of the situation. I promise, you've never seen anything like what I can do.
Okay. Hai să vorbim cu ea. Putem să vorbim cu ea?
Well, what are you waiting for? Perform the ritual.
I had a question first.
What is it?
How come you're so tall? The other gods I've met didn't have so much trouble standing in my room.
I'm not always this tall. Sometimes I'm shorter, sometimes I'm taller. I have over 1,000 forms.
And this one is a 2-story tall cat girl in high heels.
37 of my forms are.
What exactly
When it comes to the unknown, trying to explain something is a good way to ensure you'll never understand it. Let me make an example. How about love? Why don't you try to explain love to me?
Oh, well, I guess it's like chemicals in my brain that tell me to instinctively pass on my needs.
Is that what it felt like to date my nieces? To smooch them? Some mere chemicals in your skull?
Hell no.
Do you see now? The more you try to explain love on a technical level, the further you get from what it actually feels like. And the more you try to understand what I am, the less you'll know.
Hey,
You ask far too many questions. Sometimes things are best left unexplained. Heed this advice. Sometimes the unknown is best kept at arm's length. Do you know where time came from? How it started, or why it only moves forward?
not the faintest.
But you probably wouldn't have any trouble telling me what time it is, right? Even if you don't know what time actually is or where it came from. That's what I mean. Arm's length. Me and my family.
Is it uma fora? Wow.
Asta nu mai e.
I'm so sorry she forced me to make this book. She said she spared me for that she banished me instead. To destroy me, draw this symbol. Backfire. That might define your loss. Let's see. This one auzi, greșește asta.
Asta e bine. Aș mai putea să Tu ești? Nu.
Nu, Elenca ne-a la
Citește?
A citit, dar probabil nu s-a auzit, hai.
Uite, am alt carte negras.
I expected you to be an insolent, uncompromising philanderer. You can imagine my disappointment to have found you actually quite agreeable. Then all is settled. The bridge between our realms is severed for good.
Can I just go home now?
This may look like your room, but I promise that you've traveled a long way from home.
Oh, no, I was
Far enough so that you will find it quite impossible to return.
Love forever.
Wait, hold on. I did the spell. I'm no danger to you anymore.
I know that very well. You've just seen the precipice of the abyss and flinched. There's nothing left of you to be concerned with. However, that banishment ritual made it so neither you nor I can travel to the realm of man ever again. Just a precaution. Call me thorough. You will stay here where I can keep my eye on you, where any romantic escapades of yours will not endanger us all.
But I...
Rarely do I bother myself with the affairs of humans, but it was a smooch, wasn't it? The treasure for which you traded your life how many times? Curious. Then allow me. Is this sufficient? That's all you need to smooch me, right? 3 hearts and a big glowing button. I am well versed in human courtship, but am curious as to what made my nieces bicker over you so incessantly. Now that you don't pose a threat. Now then, come to me, human, if you don't mind smooching an old cat like me.
Los mochi?
Da.
Deci, ăsta a fost scurt. Bun, și la motorul?
Ok. Ce să facem?
Deci am luat și citim cartea.
Nu, deci Blackfire. Blackfire. Candelele Blackfire. Mai vedem. După aceea. Nu? Închide luminile. Poate trebuie să închidem luminile. Black and Total Darkness, da, vezi?
Ok, hai să facem.
Total Darkness!
Hai să vedem.
Tu nu înțelegi!
Ce, cum așa?
Dar nu merge așa! Să poți să mă asculti că ești... Dar nu înțelegi nimic.
Ah, n-am pus simbol.
Dă același
E
lucru.
un indiciu.
Dă
Că l-a
același
forțat.
lucru.
L-a
Dă
forțat.
același lucru. Tu nu înțelegi. Nu ești prost.
Știu.
Dă același lucru.
Altceva nu ai ce să faci.
Ba da, am.
Ce?
Bă, da, bă, asculti puțin.
Zi, ce vrei să
Dă-te,
faci?
ia-ți mâna. Total Darkness. Lumina. Lumina. Lumina.
Așa.
Vezi? You didn't think I was gonna turn my back on you, did you? You can still be here. Simbolul ăsta în schimb. Și amuleta. Care era simbolul? Ah, deci era cercul ăla, am pus bine. Așa. Și amuleta. Și acum trebuie să zicem asta. Oh no.
You may be capable of pulling a fast one on my nieces, but nothing escapes my gaze. I think you'll find it quite impossible to cast that counter-evil without this amulet. Now, my stray sheep, it's time I shepherd you back in line. But first...
Ce cu asta?
Deci, nu, doamne, vezi, doamne. O să... Trebuie să fim atenți la ce se întâmplă, că să facem... Da. Ok, deci asta spori, să ducem, ia o mască. Bă, dar poți să...
Bă,
Dă
da.
mie, dă mie, dă mie, dă mie.
Am înțeles, dar citesc, nu?
Nu citești nimic.
Citești mască și te stai în fața unui oglins.
Ce te miști atât de încet? Hai,
Că mă mișc!
mișcă-te.
Și mă ajută.
Bă, ce te miști atât de încet?
Vreau să mă... să mă
Vezi,
simt
am
bine.
citit.
Nu contează. Vreau să mă bucur de joc. Nu mă interesează să mă întreb peste ce.
Băi, eu ți-am citit. Dar nu înțelegi problema mea.
Take my deal, dog.
Și unde văd asta?
Tu nu vezi masca?
Nu.
Du-te, mă, ești prost? Acolo.
Am apăsat pe ea și nu ea.
Nu apeși pe ea, n-ai apăsat pe ea.
Am apăsat pe ea.
E,
Am apăsat pe ea și n-am luat-o.
nu ai apăsat pe ea, e doar ai pus mouse.
Now the end.
S-a apăsat. Așa și ce se întâmplă?
Murim.
Așa, nu mă zice.
Ei, bă,
I've walked the earth while man was still rocking in its cradle. I know not only what scares you, but what terrified every single one of your ancestors. surprises. Your voice won't be heard again.
Your voice won't be heard again. Dar e ceva cu sunet. Nu putem să-mi auzim vocea niciodată. Nu avem cu pielea nimic, tati. Trebuie să ieșim din baie să vedem ce este. Ne uităm în oglindă. Ah, Counter Science, perfect. Tună Ritual Knife.
Scream, cry, beg.
Ne auzim voci. Deci, asta este. Cred că asta este. Deci afară. Deci, deci facem Blackfire. Așa, și închidem toate luminile. Și perdeaua. Nu, era cercul ăla. Cercul. Auzi, da, hai înainte facem vraja, hai să ne uităm la celelalte speluri. Ok. Deci, acolo văd că dă indicii cu sunetele și dacă auzim porosity, ceva cu skin, e asta. Dacă... ce mai avem? Ok, dacă avem în cameră multe insecte sau se aude insecte, facem asta. Dacă luminile nu se vor aprinde, deci să testăm luminile.
Nu se deschis, închid.
If the lights
Ah,
go out, then won't
da.
turn on.
Nu.
Deci să lăsăm luminile aprinsele după aceea ca să vedem ce avem. Deci, cred că asta din nou cu sunete.
Păi nu știu, asta ceva cu sensori, nu știu. Cu senzații.
Dacă auzim aia cu vocile care țipau în mintea noastră, aia e. Dacă vedem scrisul, aia că e ușor de văzut asta. Asta cred că se aude chiar voce, adică nu e ca țipatul, se aude chiar voci.
Te strică pe geam.
Da, aici trebuie să ne uităm în oglindă de când în când. Deci să avem luminile pornite, asta și să ne uităm la sunete, că sunetele sunt niște indicii mari. Ceea ce mai spune și ea. Asta e la ce murim noi cu spiritul ăsta. Că ne dispare efectiv, devenim transparenți și noi. Deci putem să ținem testoasa la noi în caz de orice. X. Ok, ești pregătit? A, la mine a căzut.
You may be capable. I think you'll... Now. But first...
Așa, deci. Așteaptă să se întâmple ceva. Avem un sunet, ceva. Ok, deci vreți Vital Spores. Avem și vedem pe noi. Deci primul spell care e. Masca. La baie. Așa, și doar spune masca.
Don't lose your concentration now. Take my deal, dog.